Hello, I hope everybody is having a blessed day. My name is Masego Ilegua, or the Blessing of Ilegua, and this is going to be my first video about La Santisima Muerte, and my first video period for YouTube. Um, I've been a devotee of La Santisima Muerte since 2009. Exactly around this time is when I had met La Santisima Muerte. Um, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 wonderful years with the Holy Lady, the White Lady. Um, so I figured that I'd do this video, even though there's a lot of information about La Santisima Muerte out there, for pretty much the people in my circle, or the people who know me or are maybe acquainted with me, can get more, how do you say, familiar with who I am as a person and my spirituality or whatnot. I would like to clear up some misconceptions or misunderstandings about my belief system and everything surrounding it or whatnot. So I figure, why not be a better place to start from, where I first started, which is La Santisima Muerte. So this is La Santisima Muerte, the White Lady, the Saint of Death. She is originally from Mexico, but she's starting to become pretty much popular all over in the United States. Back in 2009, from my studies, they say there was 3 to 5 million, and don't quote me on this. I think this came from Professor Andrew Chestnut. I believe that's his name. I remember seeing some news story that said there was 5 million on the Mexican side and 5 million on the United States side devotees to La Santisima Muerte, so that's 10 million total. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what I read not too long ago in one of the news blogs. But yeah, I mean, she's such a wonderful saint. To some view her as a saint, some view her as a goddess. Me personally, I look at her as like an angel. In Santeria aspects, I would say maybe higher than an Orisha. But an archangel for me, and that's what a lot of people say that she is. They say she's the 8th archangel of death or whatnot. She definitely doesn't mess around. This specific spirit, La Santisima Muerte, working with her takes a lot of responsibility. If you're a person who can't keep their word or somebody who can't keep their promise, be completely honest with yourself and don't work with La Santisima Muerte, because that's one of her main things. Is you can ask her for anything and she will grant anything to you, but the main thing is you have to make an equal promise on your part, pretty much, for her to give you what you pretty much want or whatever. I can go on endless stories of these last 3 years of everything that Santisima Muerte has blessed me with, but that's a whole another 15-minute video, so I figure I just stick with the basics. So let's start off with her main aspect. La Santisima Muerte has 3 aspects and a New Age aspect. The first aspect of La Santisima Muerte for me is the white aspect. The white La Santisima Muerte is the one who I first started working with, and is the one that I recommend to most people, because they say this is her most coolest aspect, or she's very comforting in her white aspect. She's very calm, not as aggressive, not as strong. Most people could handle the white La Santisima Muerte. But I've met people who got involved with La Santisima Muerte and couldn't work with her, period, just because of certain circumstances in life. She's a very, very strong and forward spirit, and I'm not even going to lie, she's a wonderful, wonderful angel, but she is not for everybody. But yeah, this is the white. What the white stands for is purity, like cleansing, or above all, positive energy, and white can also be used for protection. So this is La White, La Santisima Muerte, or La Niña Blanca. I'm very thankful because she has blessed me with so many things. I have the mantra beads on her, or the mala beads. Even though the mala beads or the mantra beads aren't really associated with La Santisima Muerte as far as spirituality, because Santisima Muerte, she's a Latin American, and the mala beads are from Tibet. The significance of it is, these mala beads are actually made of bone, and so I figured that the bone mala beads would be very appropriate for La Santisima Muerte, and I felt that when I put them around her, because just the energy that I got from her saying, like, kind of like I gave it to her as a gift. She said, "Thank you, I really like these. They, they look beautiful on me." And I just felt a strong energy from La Santisima Muerte. So I mean, anything that goes with her, regardless of what type of thing it is, as long as it's relating to her, this is the New Age, and pretty much, she's very open and welcoming to any types of gifts as long as it's from the heart. So that's her right there, part of her personality. All right, this is kind of like the next step up. This is La Niña Roja, or the Red Lady. La Niña Roja is involved with matters of love, control, passion, and domination. She's commonly used from one that pretty much dominate their lovers. Santisima Muerte Roja is extremely effective. She works miracles in people's love lives and whatnot. To be completely honest, I don't know which one is most commonly used, but from what I've read, I've heard that La Santisima Roja is the most commonly used from what I read. Sources sometimes it's like Wikipedia. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. But as far as my knowledge is concerned, La Niña Roja is the most popular. This is a traditional Mexican statue of La Niña Roja. It has the globe, the scythe. There's a mirror on it. There is the owl at the bottom. The owl is the sacred statue to La Santisima Muerte. The reason for that is La Santisima Muerte. There's a lot of different stories about her. There's multiple stories about her. And if I want to relate this to Santeria, just like how the Orisha have different apatakis, Santisima Muerte has many different stories about her as well, just like an Orisha. But the owl is very significant in me saying that, because in one of these stories of La Santisima Muerte, or apatakis, she is actually a witch. And we all know that the owl is a animal of the witch. So also the owl symbolizes occult knowledge and pretty much overall knowledge, of which La Santisima Muerte has, because death has always been around just as long as life. So death has seen everything, and death has knowledge of everything, and that's why the owl is so significant, because it's a bird of all seeing and a bird of knowledge. The scythe represents birth, as in how a farmer would harvest his crops to feed his family, abundance in life, and it also represents death, for the cutting of the string of life, as we're familiar with in multiple different aspects of mythology and whatnot. Very special offering to La Niña Roja, or the red roses. She loves flowers. She loves roses. I have a pink candle. Pink candle is more of like innocent love, tender love, while the red represents more of a fiery passion. I also offer candy to her, and behind her you see Florida water, in which I cleanse her with, and the holy water, which is sprinkled around her altar frequently. Because La Santisima Muerte, you got to remember that she's very, very similar. Her rites are very similar to Catholic, and there's also, depending on the practitioner, some people mix Santeria, some people mix Wicca, some people have Christianity with their Santisima Muerte. It all depends on the person. Me personally, I'm more of a Santero type Christian, so a lot of my involvement with La Santisima Muerte, you'll see the Florida water. You might even see, a lot of people might not agree with this, but not in this altar, but I used to have an Elegua head by my La Santisima Muerte, because there's a lot of similarities between Elegua and La Santisima Muerte, believe it or not. But getting off the subject of pretty much mixing La Santisima Muerte, I'm going to move to her third aspect. I'm going to have to switch on the light for this one because it's very dark. Okay, hold on one second. Bam. Okay, this is La Niña Negra, or the Black La Santisima Muerte. What the Black La Santisima Muerte represents is pretty much simply said, she could be used for mainly protection. She is also used for hexing and black magic. But for my personal use, I use her for protection against negative energies, and pretty much protecting me whenever I have conflicts. And that's also what the ram I had put here represents. Because I do have a ram standing on top of Pyrite, a wonderful gift that my girlfriend had gave me. What the ram represents is the sign of Aries, and Aries is pretty much the god of war. So, it makes sense I will put that next to my black La Santisima Muerte, so whenever I'm in time of war or negativity, that, Aries, La Santisima Muerte, always stand by my side to protect and watch over me whenever conflicts may arise. Behind her, I have the Siete Machos oil, used for mainly attraction and cleansing as well. She likes las Siete Machos. I put it in her water. The 1800 La Santisima Muerte, one of her offerings. She loves tequila. She likes rum. I've even heard whiskey. Never tried it, but I know for a fact that she loves dark tequila, dark rum, and whiskey or whatnot. I never gave her any clear alcohol. Santisima Muerte acts different for everybody. Everybody has their own aspects of La Santisima Muerte. As far as I'm concerned, my La Santisima Muerte does not drink clear alcohol, as far as I know. But with that being said, I'll get into her offerings. Most important thing I would say is the water. I always keep water for La Santisima Muerte. The flowers are awesome. She always loves flowers. Bread, any liquor, like I said, rum, tequila, whiskey. Candles are a must all the time. It is not a La Santisima Muerte altar without candle, because the candle is one of her main offerings, as far as I know. Candy, chocolate, specifically, she loves chocolate. A cleanser was holy water, Florida water, like I said, Siete Machos. What else is there? God, I know apples. She loves apples. Apples is actually the fruit of La Santisima Muerte. I've heard that she likes coconuts and bananas, and I would think that that would actually come from Santeria. I've never tried it, but I'm thinking for this Halloween, I throw a little party for her of bringing her some of those to see how the energy responds to me. So, yeah. Well, this is La Santisima Muerte. And if I get any comments or questions or anything, wait, before I go, I got one more thing I was going to cover. The misconception, the main misconception. There's a lot of misconceptions about La Santisima Muerte, but I'm going to get into the main one just to clear it up, because I have there's a lot of people that would see this video and say things like, oh, this is satanic, or this is devil worship, or, it's pagan idol worship, which it actually is pagan idol worship. I don't have a problem with admitting that. This is, it is what it is. But one thing La Santisima Muerte is not is satanic, okay? Anybody who claims